Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports UK.
Hello, everyone. Today I am joined by the Zulu Warrior, UFC lightweight, Bolaji Oki. Bolaji, how we doing today?
Doing great, thank you. Everything's perfectly well, so yeah, hyped up, and I can't wait.
I can't wait either, man. So you make your UFC debut in less than a month now. I mean, just tell me some of the emotions that go into, going into this first UFC fight now. Have you been training harder? Have you been in the gym more?
Of course, the thing is that I never stop, even when I don't have a fight booked. UFC or no UFC, I'm the kind of guy who trains like every day. So definitely I'm working harder because, it's like preparing for the UFC. With the strategy and everything. So, I'm always motivated when I have a fight, and this one is another one. But this time it's for my UFC debut, so I'm ready. I'm ready to go, like always,
Yes, sir. So you got very high praise from Daniel Cormier after your Dana White Contender Series fight. I wanted to ask, how did it feel to have such a legend just speak so highly of you?
Wow, it's a blessing, and I'm super honored because he's a legend of the sport, and even me, before I was even professional fighter, I was like looking up to that guy. So for him saying that over me, I'm like super blessed and grateful, and I'm like, yeah, I'm in the good way, and I just need to continue and make the whole world see the same way he sees it,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. You just got to make sure everyone sees what DC sees in you, of course.
Exactly, exactly. Zulu gang on the world,
Yes, sir.
So
DC's not the only one. You've got some training in with Rico Verhoeven, who's one of the best kickboxers ever, and also Tom Aspinall, who's one of the best fighters in the UFC right now. I wanted to ask, how was it training with those kind of guys? How was it, getting that high level experience?
Yeah, man, it's so good to have top guys, around you training. It gives you more motivation, more and yeah, the exemplary, the example for me, and it's been great training with them. I'm not sparring with them because it's too huge,
Yeah, a little big for you, but yeah.
Yeah, too big for me, But yeah, we're training with the same team. We're like a family, and having them, it's great for me,
So it wasn't just those two guys. I mean, you've hung out and trained with some of the best in the world. I mean, you went to XC and got some work in with Sean Strickland, Ion Cutelaba. You've trained with Saladin Parnasse. You went and hung out with Cedric Doumbe. I mean, man, you're really all over in terms of getting training in with some of the best fighters in the world from all these different regions. I mean, is this something you were trying to do? Were you trying to go and reach out to all the best fighters in different places of the world so you can kind of bring that back to your home?
Not really. It went really like everything comes at the right moment when, and it's not like I was like, yeah, I want to train with this guy, with this guy, or with this guy. It was more like, my coach has a good contacts, so when we went to Vegas and we needed to find a gym where we could train, where we went to XC because he knows the coaches.
Okay.
So we get over there, and then you see all those UFC fighters, and I'm like, yeah, let's train. And so, even with Saladin Parnasse, the managers, they know.
Okay.
So, it was like that. Even with Cedric Doumbe, he fought in Dubai, but my teammates also fought at the same organization.
Okay.
So I had to be with them, So it wasn't always planned, but when you're in the good place with the good people, with the good fighters, well, you're with them, and that's how it came. And yeah, for me, it's an honor to train with them, take pictures, videos. Of course, we're all fighters and we respect what they do because it's a hard sport. And yeah,
Yeah, no, most definitely. I mean,
that's how I want to.
they always say you have to be the best. I mean, you have to train with the best to be the best. And I mean, you've taken
Exactly.
that very seriously, man. I swear. I mean, looking through your Instagram, some of these guys that you've trained with, like I said, are some of the best in the world. So it's crazy that, you're just here just getting into the UFC and you're already training with some of the best athletes
Yeah.
in the world.
And they don't even know,
Mhm.
because me, I know, I know what I'm capable of. I know, what's it,
Mhm.
but the world doesn't know. And I'm like, no problem. I'm gonna show them.
Yeah.
Just wait patiently your time, and your time will come. And I've been waiting, and as soon as I had my chance with the Dana White Contender Series against Dylan Salvador,
Mhm.
I've shown the world, and it's only the beginning. It's only the beginning.
So you just brought up that Contender Series win over Dylan Salvador. I mean, your fans looked lightning fast in that fight, and your body work was so crisp and pristine. It's really unlike most people who are even in the UFC for a couple years, let alone just getting into the UFC. What made you start using that body work as a main weapon of attack? Because I know a lot of guys don't hit the body the way you do.
Yeah, the thing is that it's like my style. I'm the kind of fighter who likes to mix it up with my hands. Even I have students, my kids, I always tell them, don't headhunt always. Get to the body, get to the legs, go back to the head, then go back to the body. Because when you go to the body, the head, it's free.
Yeah.
Then you go back to the head. Then when you go to the head, the belly is free also.
Hmm.
And it's the that kind of mentality that I bring to, and it always worked for me. I'm good at it, and every time I hit it, they go down.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
I know
Body
that
work, man.
most of fighters don't fight like me. Don't it's we don't think the same. And my way of thinking, my way of hitting spots, it's like I do it my way and it works. So I've shown the world. But what I did to Dylan Salvador, it's not a surprise for me because I've been doing my whole life
Yeah.
to all my opponents.
Yeah. Your
So
last fight
for me,
before
it's just another
Salvador.
one.
Your last fight before
What?
Salvador, you had the body shot knockout. It looked very
Exactly.
similar. Very similar.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So for me, it's like just another moment with another opponent, but high level.
Yeah.
I did it in amateur, debut, pros, and now I'm bringing it up to the high level shit,
Yeah,
and here we are.
it's beautiful to watch, man. It's beautiful to watch. Like I said, most guys don't hit the body the way they should in today's MMA, and you knock it out of the park, man. Seriously, you really rip to that body, and it's beautiful to watch. So you alluded to this a bit before, but you're a coach as well. You coach at Da Vinci Fighting, which is where you got your start in MMA. I wanted to ask, how has it been being a coach at the place that you started your career at, and also how has it been training at Val and Basha with your coach?
Yeah, well, for me, I love kids. I always loved the kids, and teaching a thing that I love, that I'm passionate, obsessed with it. So the boat goes into, and it learns also kids how to be disciplined, respectful, in life. Even for me, when I started fighting, it brought me all those positive things that people don't understand. They're like, yeah, they're fighting, and you think that we are like dogs, and
Yeah.
but no, we're like super, super humbled,
Hmm.
super respectful, disciplined, and it's important to teach those things to the kids because they are the future.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm super blessed. I love giving lessons to my kids. They obviously they also follows me and watch me with big eyes. Like I'm also their example. They're like, yeah, coach, when are you fighting? Oh, we want to see. I hope you win. So
Yeah, of course.
and yeah, so it's for me it's a blessing. It's a
Yeah.
blessing to have the also the power to influence those kids and to be a part of their life, and so that they can be the best person and the best version of themselves, you know. And for me, it's super important, you know.
Yeah, because you're not just a coach. I mean, you're a role model. You're now, in the UFC,
Exactly.
and even before then, you were, a very high level prospect. So it just shows, like, how much you can evolve throughout your career, and how you can go from just starting at the gym to now being the role model at the gym and being the one that
Yeah,
everyone looks up to. It's really cool.
right, exactly. And training also with Valon Basha was a game changer also for me, because before, I always had like a style when I tried to touch, not be touched, you know.
Hmm.
But once I trained with Valon Basha, it was details, you know, and understand the game better, and he
Hmm.
has a vision, you know. And when you trust your coach 100%, just listen to what he has to say, and you see that you're evolving, you see that he's right, and you know, and we have a super good connection, you know, and that's super important also. And yeah, I started amateur at his team, and I was like looking up to all those professionals,
Hmm.
and I'm like looking who's the best, and I'm like, yeah, I need to train with the best if I
Yeah.
want to be also the best. So it started there
Hmm.
already, you know. And we have like Arman Ambarian is a kickboxing now fighting in Glory.
Hmm.
Isham Mustaid is also a professional kickboxer with huge experience, you know. So at first I was like getting myself hit, like beam, 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 you know, and then with time, you learn and you train, and then you are the one,
Hmm.
you know, giving the hits, and it go back and through, you know, and yeah, until my way to the top. And obviously, when I fight, it shows, you know, it shows the hard work and dedication, and yeah, that's the roads that you need to follow. And I'm super grateful to be part of the Valent team, and I'm super loyal also. It's super important, and I'm good, because many people are like, yeah, because in Belgium it's not like in America and
Hmm.
everything. So that, yeah, maybe you should move, maybe you should change teams, and I was like, no, I'm good here. You know, I'm like, we can also do it here. You know,
Yeah.
I went in the US, trained with all those UFC
Hmm.
top guys also. You know, and and when you compare yourself, I'm like, yeah, we're not that bad enough, you know. I'm like, I can train, I
Yeah,
can
you
spar,
realize
I
you
can
realize that you guys are better than you actually thought you were.
exactly, you know. It's just that, you know, TV and, you know,
Hmm.
can mess all your head up,
Yeah.
and nobody knows us, you know. But
Hmm.
we're getting there, you know. I'm putting Belgium on the map,
Yeah.
Nigeria and Zimbabwe obviously also. But yeah, you know, and I prove, and I'm showing that we can also do it, and you know, we can prove it, you know. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing right now.
So I wanted to ask you, like you were alluding to, Belgium really doesn't have a big MMA scene at all. I mean, there's only been a couple guys that were ever Belgian fighters in the UFC. I think you're one of the only 4 or 5 at this point. I mean, it's a very rare thing. How does it feel
Yeah,
to, kind of be like representing the entire country in a sense? Because I think you're the only one currently signed to the UFC roster representing Belgium.
yeah, I'm the only one,
Mm-hmm.
and for me, it's yeah, it's super cool also.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, I'm the only one, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But also it's I'm opening also the doors for all the fighters, you know, Belgium fighters, because
Yeah.
we have talents, you know, we have that. So, you know, I just opening the door, and showing also to everybody that it's possible, you know, it's possible. And if I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Just train hard, give give yourself 100%, and you could,
Mm-hmm.
just like I do, you know, because me too, I was nobody like everybody, you know, but I had a dream, you know. I had goals, and I did everything to reach out to it, and look at me now,
Yeah.
like Edward
Look at me
says,
now.
look at me now, you know. pound for pound headshot that.
Yeah, no, but seriously, look at you now. Look at you now, man. Like seriously, you've really came a long way. I mean, even from looking at your Instagram from a couple of years ago, it's clear how far like you've came in just such a short amount of time. Looking at your YouTube videos of your vlogging a couple years ago and just seeing how far you've gotten just in a couple years, and it's really amazing, man. It really is. Especially from a country that really isn't known for producing MMA talent. I mean, you really clawed your way up, and you deserve it fully.
Thank you.
Of course.
And like I said, it's only the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Only the beginning. Now we're here. Now we're gonna prove and show them that we are here to stay.
Yeah, time to take over.
You know, exactly.
Yep.
Time to take over. My time. Zulu gang time.
Yes, sir. So earlier this week, you were actually awarded African Breakthrough Fighter of the Year for last year. I mean, how does it feel to have that honor? I know there were a lot of other great African fighters nominated, and how does it feel to be able to be the one that got the award out of them all?
Yeah, it's like recognition, you know. I'm like, wow, you know, I'm blessed, I'm honored. I'm like, all those years of sacrifice and training is finally paying off.
Yeah.
And people are seeing, you know, I have more opportunities, more calls, you know, I get to have interviews, things that I didn't have that before, you know, and I'm like super blessed and super happy. I thank God, and I hope it continues, you know. I hope I continue to win, and the positive energy and spreads all those energy, and also to everyone that has also a dream like me, and they want, because I have many people reaching out to me and like, yeah, I would like also, you know, what do you, you know, what advice can you tell me if you, and I always say, like I just said, you know, just believe in yourself, even if people tell you no, 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 if you're like in your brain, no, 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 well, you won't succeed. But if in your brain you're like, yes, yes, I can, yes, I will, you know, then you can, because nothing is impossible, you know. And for me, it's just a blessing and an honor to have recognition of the African fighters and have all of that. And yeah,
it's a massive honor.
That path, you know?
Yeah, it's a massive honor, man. Seriously, it's a very big deal. And like you said, if you believe in something, that's the first step to actually going out there and achieving it. So I love that out of you, because that's really true. So I saw some videos of you. You were doing some rapping and freestyling a couple years ago. Was that ever a career choice potentially? Were you ever going to be a rapper, or was MMA always going to be the goal?
No, the thing is that even before MMA, I was a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like 14 years old. I was like rapping, and it's been always into me, you know, rap, hip hop, music, and I still write sometimes, you know. But before I was like, yeah, maybe I could do Korean boat, you know, I could do rap, I could do box. But you know, it's two different things, you know.
Two completely different things.
Completely different thing, and I prefer, you know, sports, you know. It's more healthy, it's more, you know. But the thing is that music will always be a part of myself, you know. I will always rap, and I have some projects, you know. I would like to make a video clip, you know, and yeah, you know, I won't say not too much, but you can get it, you know, and maybe have an entrance on UFC with my songs, you know what I'm saying? You know, so we can do many things from that, you know.
Oh
so,
man, you got to do that.
I make list when I listen. I give my music to some of my friends. They're all like, man, you could even do a career out of that, because you're good. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And they're like, why don't you do it? Even them are mad at me. Like, we want to hear it, you know. And I'm like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
I know my time, you know, because I know it's more difficult when you're nobody to be somebody with only the music. But I know if like I'm somebody, you know, he's a fighter, UFC, and then I wanna bam, make one clip video at my gym. They were like, holy smokes,
Yeah, I think you're right. That's the right way to do it.
he can rap too, huh?
Mhm.
So I've been thinking, like I said, I have projects, and so yeah, it's not over. But to make a whole career, I don't think so.
Mhm.
I'm dedicated on my thing, because yeah, it's tough to training twice a day. You don't have also much time to be in
Yeah.
nightclubs and rapping. It's not the same. It's not the same energy.
Yeah, and
It's
you
not
need
the
time
same
to rest
thing.
too when you're training as much as you are. So it's
Exactly,
like,
so I'm in my sports,
mhm.
and I'm doing like fully, I'm committed 100%, and but you know, we can make one clip or two or three. Who
Okay.
knows,
Well, I
Who
cannot
knows?
wait to hear your first rap song, like officially, and I cannot wait for the start of your rap career because I really like the freestyles you put out, man. They were actually good. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Very much.
Good.
So I wanted to ask, where does Zulu Gang come from? You always say Zulu Gang, you are the Zulu warrior. Just explain a little bit more about that. I'm guessing it has something to do with heritage.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because my mama is from Zimbabwe, my
Mm-hmm.
father from Nigeria. I'm
Okay.
half half. I grew up with my mom, and she always told me, "Yeah, you're a Zulu warrior,"
Mm-hmm.
because the Zulu, when if you know a bit of history, Shaka Zulu and everything,
Okay.
they were warriors back in the days. They were warriors with spears,
Mm-hmm.
shields, and it's a big part of the South Africa, Zimbabwe also was part of it. And growing up, I grew up also with that culture, and my mom always said, "Yeah, you a Zulu, we are Zulu," So when I went into fighting, and I was looking like what can be my nickname, it was natural to be the Zulu warrior, and then I just put it on my way,
Okay.
because like Zulu gang is like everybody who supports me, all my friends, all my team, they're all part of
The Zulu
my
Gang.
journey.
Yeah.
Exactly. So everybody's like Zulu gang, welcome into the Zulu gang, and now the whole world's gonna be the Zulu gang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'm gonna make T-shirts, hoodies, everything,
I love
and
that. That's awesome.
yeah, So Zulu gang also people can also recognize also themselves
Mm-hmm.
also with the values that I bring also into like never give up, believe in yourself, and if you want to be part of the Zulu gang, just jump in the train and let's go.
Yeah. So you take on Damir Hadzovic on February 10th. I'm not sure the
Yeah,
exact date number. I mean the event number,
yeah,
but
the
it's one
10th.
it's one of the Apex events. So
Yeah.
what do you know about Damir Hadzovic? I know he hasn't fought in a little bit, and you've done a lot since the last time he fought. But do you know much about him, if anything?
Yeah, of course we
Mm-hmm.
study him, and he has 9 fights in the UFC. So he's a he knows the game.
Mm-hmm.
He knows the game. He's been fought. He knows the UFC. 37 years of age. So he has his time is counted. And yeah, he's a guy who likes to strike, as I see. And well, he has like 5 wins, 4 losses, I think. So he's a bit like win loss, and
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like this, but I'm not underestimate him. I'm taking him really seriously, like every opponents, and yeah. May the best man win, and I will be the best,
Yeah.
Boom.
So this is the last one for me. So you're not really a small guy by any means, and like you said, you've trained with some of the bigger guys. Is a move to welterweight at all possible at some point down the line in your UFC career, or do you think that you can maintain lightweight throughout your career?
Yeah, I've never thought of moving up.
Mm-hmm.
I thought of maybe moving down,
Oh.
like 66. It's something I could make because I don't
Mm.
have much problem of cutting weights
Okay.
at 70. I can do it easily. And like 77, I could, but I don't think it's, you know, because guys of the welterweights, maybe they walk around 84, maybe, you know, the big guys also,
Yeah.
you know, and I don't walk around 80,
Gotcha.
84, 85, you know, so I'm like, well, I'm staying like 78, 79, 80, that's the maximum, but I don't get over. It's
Okay.
just that it's when you see my body, it's like I'm super strong. I have muscles and everything. I'm strong for my weight class, and I'm feeling good at 70, and I can make it easy. So if I want to, maybe I could do like featherweight. You know, I could, but welterweight, I don't think so. Maybe, you know, when you age more and your body start also to change, and no, who knows, you
Yeah, but
know.
for now you're stuck. You're good, but you're good at lightweight for now.
I'm good at
Okay,
lightweight, you know.
good. That actually surprises me a bit because you seemed like a bigger lightweight. So I'm shocked that you think you might actually be able to drop down to featherweight. I mean,
I could.
if you drop down to featherweight, I mean, it'd probably be too much of a weight cut. But either way, you'd be a monster for 145. Monster. I mean, that would be a scary guy to fight at 145 pounds right there. So yeah. But that's it for me, Bolaji. It was awesome talking to you, and I really thank you for the conversation. I really enjoyed this, man. Seriously, I can't wait to watch you fight.
Thank you for having
Of
me, and
course.
I can't wait also, man. I'm getting ready, and time is counting, and let's go.
Zulu gang, let's go.
Oh, it's